we're going to do this. I mean, there's no question. It's just a matter of when.
Yeah.
We're going to get that density that we're wanting, right?
Yeah.
It's a slow process.
It's a very
It's
slow
happening
process.
right as we speak today, though.
It is.
It is. It's happening.
is.
It's just not fast enough for us to see, like, immediately immediate results, right?
And I know that setbacks are going to happen, and I feel like we're in a setback right now, but that we've got the roadmap to get us back to where we need to be.
Yeah. Yep.
And we've got some great women leaders in construction, not just in our realm, but you look at the women at NAWIC here that there's some powerhouses here.
Oh, yeah.
So you add the powerhouses at the building trades and these powerhouse women.
Yeah.
Unstoppable.
Yes.
You know, I had to make this path for myself.
So you had to work harder, be smarter, do better on your tests and all that stuff.
I mean, the work you do, and you know, it's one of those, you want to be able to leave your job at the job, but you get home and you think, okay, what do I have to do different tomorrow? What am I going to have to like really excel at, you know? And but you know.
Sorry about that.
It is, but it, like, what would we say, game on? Challenge accepted.
Yeah.
And it shouldn't have to be like that, I don't want to tell other people that I'm trying to get into the trade, especially the young ladies, that, you know, you got to play these tricks and you got to do these games, you know. I want to be able to let them just be able to come in on their own merit, do their job. You know?
But don't you think it is kind of a mindset that we all had to have to make it through and actually thrive?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What about any of you guys? You guys ever thought about doing something different or saw yourself someplace else?
Oh, I have ADHD, so I have already, well, I was a graphic designer before I joined construction. I was just in a place where it was the appropriate time to change and learn something new. And before that, I was in law school and I dropped out of law school. And before that, I was a glass blower. And so
you got to tell your Girl Friday story.
So when I went to go join the union, first generation union iron worker right here. Didn't know much, but I went down to the hall and I signed up and I said I want to join, and they said, okay, here's a bunch of papers, read them over, we'll call you when something opens up. And in that list of papers was a list of all the companies that were signatory to my local. And I sort of took that as one of these companies needs to sponsor me, so I'm going to call them and like hustle my sponsorship. And so every Friday I would go down the list and I would call them. And after a while, because it happened for months and nobody would pick up the phone, they learned real quick after the first week, but they stopped picking up the phone. And then at one point, somebody from Chef Steel would see my name on the call and be like, oh, it's Girl Friday. and so like I saw him later on, like after I had gotten a job and was working for Chef Steel, he saw me and I said my name, and because I have a pretty unusual name, he was like, oh, Girl Friday. I was like, oh, geez.
But I at least shows your tenacity and you kept at it. You didn't give up. So
Yeah. I know that I would not be sitting here making 6 figures a year had it not been for my union.
I totally agree with that.
I'm incredibly grateful for the opportunity, especially somebody who, came to the union from incarceration, right? I have no clue where I would be today had they not given me that opportunity. And along the way, we talk about support. I've had a ton of support too, and a lot of men who have seen things in me that I didn't see in myself, and who pushed me to do things that I was uncomfortable with, but I always said yes, never say no to an open door or an opportunity. So I've always just said yes, and I've turned out pretty well, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, that the way that works. I've had plenty of you know, call them my guys, my allies, whatever, and they just keep putting you out there, and you're like, oh, I don't want to do this, but you're thinking, if he thinks I can do it, or if he's, you know, giving me this opportunity, so you never want to let him down after that. So you just keep on going, and like you say, then it's one thing, and then it's like, yeah, I can't say no to anything. I just keep on going, you know. So but somebody is watching all the time.
Great.
Somebody's watching. They're seeing what you're doing.
Yeah. Oh yeah.